Hi guys, long time. I hope you've been doing great. So today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to sew this beautiful basket bag. This is how it looks like on the bottom, and it also is a magnetic snap right there. So these were two pieces of fabric of that dimension. Then I placed them right sides facing each other. Then I went on to that edge and then I stitched right there. So after sewing, I had one seam there, and then I folded the fabric back again. Then I folded it into half like that. Then I went to the corner with the open edges, and then I marked a 3 by 3 inch square on the corner. Which I then went on to cut away with my scissors. After that, I now measured 4 inches from the top. Then I marked. Then I drew an S shape. I drew an S from that point that I'd marked onto until the corner which had the fold. So when I open it up, that is the shape that I have, and that is the basic shape or structure of the bag. Then I cut some interfacing, which I now went on to iron on. After ironing on the interfacing, I also cut the same shape of the lining fabric. Then I now took this round lid. It's actually a lid of a canister. You can use a little saucer, or if you have a big plate or water glass, just depending on how big you want your holes for the handles to be. Then I drew the holes with the chalk. Then I went on to cut them out with the scissors. So please make sure that at this point you have pinned all your fabric layers together. Then I now went on to stitch those parts that I'm indicating before I inserted the binding. After stitching, I now put the binding. So when I stitched my bias binding on, I used this nice decorative stitch. Normally when I stitch binding, I try to use a zigzag stitch or a blanket stitch. I don't like to use a straight stitch because I always end up leaving some layers of fabric. So there I put the binding on the top part of the bag and also on the handles, on the holes for the handles. Then I now proceeded to sew the sides of the bag, and I also did a zigzag stitch. Then I now folded the corners of the bag to get the shape of the bottom. Then I went on to sew them on the sewing machine as well. So there I'd finished sewing the bottoms, then I turned the bag inside out. So when I turn it inside out, that is what it looks like. And then I now took this little piece of fabric, then I sewed it onto one side of the bag, onto the back. Then I inserted my magnetic snap fasteners, and I also put that pink button to cover the metals. So that is the end result. Thank you so much for watching this video, you guys. I really appreciate it, and I hope to see you in my next DIYs. Bye. Please let me know if you're going to be trying out this DIY.